So let's get started. My name is Ismael Vasquez. I'm a civil engineer. I have a bachelor's degree in civil engineering, and I'm the technical sales manager for Carmelo here in Puerto Rico. We manufacture mortars and also adhesives. So today that's our what we're going to be talking about. So here you can see our line of products, very colorful. We have our adhesives and also our concrete mortars and underlayments, and we'll be speaking about that shortly. Also our stucco paving mortars, the Carmelo mix type N and S there you can see, and also our self-leveling mortars. And also we have smooth finishing mortars for, let's say, for the walls. Okay? So thank you very much for connecting with us today, and let's get going. First of all, I want to invite you to our upcoming webinars, which will be on October 26th. It's going to be at 2 p.m. again via Zoom. Here we'll be discussing the segmental retaining wall mortar, compact keystone, and also we'll be showing how to design with these keystone blocks. Then on November 30th at 2 p.m. as well via Zoom, we have the structural concrete insulated panel. We'll be showing you how to build houses and building with these panels. So this is a very interesting also material as well. So you can go into, let's say, Carmelo.com, info Carmelo.com or Carmelo Academy to sign in and join this Zoom webinar as well. So let's start with our adhesive mortars with Carmelo. We have several numbers here in variety, starting from the 3500, 5500, 7500, and also the EcoFlex 9500. So you're looking at these let's say adhesives. They go from good, better, best. Okay, and we'll be discussing which tile you can use with each of these adhesives. So let's get going. So let's ask ourselves, how can I be efficient when installing tiles? So you should choose the adhesive according to your need, mix the product according to the instruction, always read the instructions in these, and also follow the tile console for North America standards, and also do guidelines for proper installation. So that's very important, right? Before doing a job, read your instructions. How to know the condition of the substrate it is suitable to install a ceramic or slab? And the answer is the concrete must be sound and well bonded to the reinforcement. So that's very important. So another frequent question we have is that, you know, again, the hardening of the surface or substrate has to be checked. So you scratch over it with different, let's say, a screwdriver or something, see how fixed or how strong is that surface, right? Before you start putting these tiles. If the surface is crumbling or it easily just comes off, you know, that means that area has to be removed. If it's a 1/16 of an inch or 1/18 of an inch, we remove that before you start putting your tiles. So what's correct and what is incorrect? We'll be discussing the correct ones, right? I want you to remember what to do correctly, right? Before installing a tile. So first of all, we clean the work site and the parts to be installed. Do not fill the adhesive, but correct the work places first. That means we need to put some mortar in surfaces and level them out before you start putting these tiles or the adhesive. Use the correct adhesive and trowel, right? 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, all depends what what's been specified. Apply the adhesive from right to left and vice versa. Don't go around it in shapes. Do not strike the slab, but move the slab up and down. And that's very important. And also wait for the correct curing time. So read your instruction in those bags. And again, here, the correct way is the one in the bottom here on the left. You should be using your trowel from left to right. Okay, not in round like you see there on top. And then again, why did this tile fail? They had substrate that was weak. So you got to make sure that that substrate is strong and solid, okay, before you start. Also, if it has to be clean, make sure it's not dirty underneath that before you start putting that tile or the mortar. So the amount of adhesive was not sufficient here. Also, they did not leave at least a ½ inch on the side between the floor and the wall. That's why when there's temperature coming right on the slab, cold, and also on when there's heat, you're going to have these tensions or compression on these tiles, and this can happen. So again, maybe the slab was not completely clean, and that's why it came off. The tile was not adequate, right? So read your instruction again on those bags before. Also, if you're working with specifications, you should be following them as well for preparation. Also, if you have concrete overlay installation requirements, check your floor level tolerance. Make sure that your material complies with ANSI 118.4 and 118.11. The joint spacing tolerance, like there, they said you should be having a joint spacing of about 1/4 inch. Make sure you follow those instructions as well in that specification. So here I brought you a video how you should be installing your mortar, right? So in one line, it's either left or right. Then you jiggle it left to right, right? And that's the way you install it. You don't need to tap it or anything. Just move it from left to right. Okay. So on the left here, we have Carmelo's adhesives. You see how neat they look versus the other brands. And that could also be the type of aggregate that other brand is using. So again, with Carmelo, you have a good quality mortar mix. And then you're going to have a good coverage, right, with Carmelo, where underneath that tile, the whole area gets covered, right? So you see on the right with the other brands, that is not covered. See, that's what we mean about coverage of the tile. So we start with our first thin set mortar. This is the 3500, and this one doesn't have polymer. So use this one as directed as well. Use it on floor and wall installations. Comes in white and gray, and it will on the blue box here, like it says here, use it for tiles in the bathrooms with absorbent materials, right? Brick tiles, natural stones, so all high absorption pieces. This is where you can use one without a polymer modified a thin set, right? So here's an example of those that are red tiles underneath. This is a very absorbent tile, and that's where you're going to use one without a polymer. So now we go with the thin set 5500. This one does have polymer, right? And it is also used on floors and walls requirements. and slabs up to 15 inches long. Okay, and you can use a 1/4 inch tile, and that will cover about 70 square feet per bag, right? 50-pound bag. And here again, you use with ceramics, quarry stones, terrazzo. So all those pieces that are low or no absorption, let's say. Here's an example of those: porcelain tile, glass, and granite. So you have to know your tiles and the materials, so you know which mortar to use. Then we have the Premium 7500. And again, this is also polymer modified. This one we have it for slabs installed with requirement where you have 0 absorption, right? And again, you have slabs up to 15 inches long, okay? And it comes in white and gray. So here we're using in marble, ceramic, quarry and cement base, terrazzos. So all pieces that are 0 absorption, this is where you're going to use this thin set. And here are some examples of those: natural polished stone, marble, granite, and marble. Okay. And then we have our long format tile adhesive, the 9500. Here again, it's polymer modified, and here for those tiles that are very heavy in floors and walls, where it requires large 0 absorption slabs up to 4 feet long, right? So this is where you're going to use this adhesive. So you got marble ceramics, quarry slabs, porcelain tiles, 0 absorption pieces that exceed 15 inches. So you have up to 4 feet for these tiles to use it with these thin set. And here's an example of those, where you have these long pieces and heavy pieces, right? Up to 4 feet. So once you install your tile, then you're going to need to grout all the joints, right? So we have the unsanded and the sanded. So the unsanded, it has Portland cement. It's a high quality modified grout, and it has special polymers where it has excellent hydrophobic properties, where there's high resistance to mold, mildew growth, and they come in real 10 pounds and 25-pound bags, and they have up to 10 colors. And also your unsanded, you would use it where you have joints from 1/16 to up to 1/8 of an inch, right? And they cover about 100 square feet. Then you have your sanded grouts. Again, it's polymer modified. All you need to use is water. Just add water to it. It has increased abrasion resistance, and again, it has special polymers for excellent hydrophobic properties, resistant to mold and mildew. That's very important, especially in those wet places, like bathrooms and things like that, and also in the exterior as well. And it comes also in 10 colors. And again, you can use them in spas and dry and wet area, interior and exterior. So your joint will be, you can use them from 18 to 3/4 of an inch spaces for those joints. And again, it will cover about 100 square feet per bag. So these are the colors which come in both sanded and unsanded: silver, gray, charcoal gray, white, bone, tan, terracotta, brown, champagne, and vanilla. So now let's get to know our mortars with Carmelo. And in our typical working places, that we know, you would need, let's say, when you're doing stuccos or paving or plastering, you would need a lot of staff. It requires a lot of work. It's a messy area. It all depends on the expertise of the group, as well the quality of of the work. It all depends how much water, how much sand they're putting in those areas. You know, sometimes you have problem with that the areas sound hollow, right? So it's a very crude depending a task, right? So in a typical mixing area, right, you would have almost like 14 people, you know, people working with sand, people mixing or sieving the sand as well, getting it finer, bringing in cement. So you have piles of powders and sand. Then you have people mixing in the cement mixer or concrete mixer. And then you have workers taking the material to the people who are doing the finishing or the plastering, right? So you need a group about almost 14 people to do that, right? And that works typically, let's say a production of about 100%. So when you're talking about Carmelo mixes, these are pre-mixed bags, and these the quality that's in that bag is the same quality as from one bag to another, right? And it has the specification of, if we say it's 1,000 psi, if it's say it's 1,700 psi for a mortar or 4,000 psi mortar, that's what you're going to get bag after bag. So here we're talking about the how to finish the plastering with our mortar mixes type N and S, right? It has a variety of, let's say, textures and patterns. It improves workability, right? It has high resistance. So they all come in 50-pound bags. The Carmelo type N, and also the type S's, and also we have the mescla. So with that, you can finish 3/8 of an inch, a 1/4 inch finish, and it'll be nice and smooth for those walls. Okay, so now instead of using those piles of cement and sand, you're using pre-bagged mortars, right? And you're buying them from Carmelo. So all you need now is to have those bags, 50-pound bags. So you just add water in your concrete mixer, right? And some of these materials come in with additive, fiber, and marble dust in it. So it has a high productivity, right, of 250. That means that in one day, using these bags, now your workability is like 2.5 typical working days, right? So you're saving time there using these bags. So if we compare what's done in the field and also comparing it to Carmelo pre-bagged materials, right? Instead of using sand, sieving the sand, and also using cement separately, you then have in that field up to 5 times of waste out there, and so your bag is going to cost over $7. That 50-pound bag is going to be over $7. With Carmelo's products that has the same quality all the time, with the cement, the fiber, and the additives already added in that bag, you're just adding just water, right? Then your bag, the 50-pound bag, is going to be like less than $6. So now let's say you use your Carmelo bags, pre-manufactured bags, with also adding a machine. We're also distributors for the MTech machines, the mono mix that you see here on the top, or the dual mix, or the mixing pump 300, or the D30. We'll discuss some of those later on, but the main thing is once you add the machine with these mortars, you're going to really save more time, because let's say you're using the mono mix here, you can do projection of up to 675 square feet, or let's say 550 bags per day when you use a half inch thick mortar, right? So you're eliminating losses there as well. These machines come in with a 30-foot hose, and also you're projecting to the wall or the ceiling. So now the wheelbarrow is not used here. So here's a video of us projecting the mortar. This is on a ceiling, and they're using the structural concrete insulated panel. This is why you're seeing the wire mesh underneath the ceiling there. You see how easy it is. It has good rebound, real sticky mix. So you don't lose a lot of material. No, Carmelo mixes are designed to be used with the MTech machine, and they're very easy to use. So if you're using these machines plus our products in a bag, now you're achieving in one day, you're achieving 4 typical working days. That means your production went up 400%. Imagine that. Well, going from 100% to 400%. So you're saving every day you work. It's like you're working 4 days. So, and with less people in the field, right? Instead of having 14 people, you'll probably have a crew about 5, 6, or 7 people. So you need half of those people to do the same type of work, or even be quicker as well. I always present this because, again, the International Concrete Repair Institute has these plastic pads where here you know the substrate surface preparation according to the coating, right? And this is called a concrete surface prep. They go from 1 to 10, and you can see that profile of preparation you need for each either if you're using a sealer or a thin film or high build coating or self-leveling topping or a polymer modified overlay that's over from 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 inch, right? Or if you're doing a concrete overlay and repair of 1/4 inch and above, then you have to prepare your surface to have this let's say a CSP of 1, let's say through 10, right? So how do you do that 1 to 10 a concrete surface preparation, right? So if you're, let's say if you need, let's say, a 1, you'd be doing a detergent scrubbing, and if you need 1 from, let's say, from 1 to 3, a CSP 1 through 3, you'll be grinding, acid etching, right? I wouldn't use acid etching because that really requires a lot of cleaning, you know, after doing that. This more mechanical methods are very are easier to use. And then for let's say if you need a CSP, a concrete surface preparation for about 3 or 4 or 5, and you'll be using shot blasting. That's my favorite machine to prepare the surface. Or you can do also abrasive blasting or diamond disc as well. And then going up like scarifying, you'll be doing, let's say, a CSP of about 4, 5, 6, 7 and above, right? So that's so if you go into the internet and Google that International Concrete Repair Institute diagram, I mean, it can really tell you which material to that you're using, what surface prep you also need. But again, read your instruction and they'll tell you what concrete surface prep is needed before you start. So if you're using an underlayment, right, you need a CSP about 3, 4 and above, right? Here we have a self-leveling underlayment. We usually put a primer before putting the underlayment, right? So first let's say you do the shot blasting, and then you open up those pores. So now you need a primer to close those pores. So you can either use acrylic primer or a latex primer, or even an epoxy primer that could penetrate and close those pores. You can also do some testing, make sure the vapor drive in that slab is not higher than, let's say, than 4 pounds with a calcium chloride test as well. Or if you're measuring RH, relative humidity, with an in situ test, where they they make borings, and then they check the humidity, the relative humidity there shouldn't be over 75%. So Carmelo has an underlayment where you can fix those floors, and mainly in the interior, right? We use this product. You know, you level out the concrete, then we use underlayments for, let's say, whenever you're going to install tiles, carpeting, even epoxies. You would level out the floor first, and then smoothen out that surface so that you will have a nice level floor before you put your tiles, or let's say a vinyl or a carpeting or an epoxy. And again, you would be doing that, like, let's say 24 hours after placing the underlayment. Then we also have the FS level mortar. Here you can also do finished floors topping in interior, and also you can do it in the exterior. See on the bottom here photo here, we did a room. We prepped it with a shot blaster or a diamond disc, and then we applied a primer and to control the vapor drive, and then we installed the FS level mortar, right, to get that finished floor level. And then here on the top, you can see it. We can also correct ponding areas that needs to be leveled in your roof, and that's one of the best places where you can use these self-leveling topping, right? Then another interesting product or mortar we have is the Easy Mix concrete. I mean, this product comes in different colors: terracotta, marigold, brown, gray, yellow, natural stone, natural. And again, where do I use this? You can correct, let's say, sidewalks. You can do a topping as well, and you can also work around the houses with this product as a topping, you know, around swimming pool. You can also do slopes with it. And let's say if you're concerned about slip resistant, you can, let's say, after, let's say, a half an hour to an hour, depending on the temperature, you can go in with your garden hose, and you can sprinkle some water over the surface after you apply the material, and you can take out some of the paste, and then expose the aggregate. And this will help your surface be slip resistant, right? So this product has, you know, fiber, and so it reduces crack, and so it's anti-skid, and it's also slip resistant. And it has over 3,000 psi, which is great for these types of workouts in the outdoor pedestrian as well. Okay. And we also have the mortars where you have situation where you have corrosion, so that's where you're going to have the corrosion inhibitor with Carmelo. That's where the best place you can use it. You know, you can repair all structure, ceilings, beams, columns with it, right? So here I'm going to show you a video of a project we did. Again, these let's say the stucco came out, your rebar might have expanded 2 times or 3 times the volume, right? So here they cleaned the rebar, and they applied a coating over the rebar, and now they're putting stucco and finishing with the corrosion inhibitor. You can finish it. So if you have patches like that, you can use this product. And again, it's these patches are going to last you longer whenever you use the Carmelo corrosion inhibitor repair mortar. Right? Then our other corrosion inhibitor is called corrosion resistant repair mortar. This one has 4,000 PSI. And again, if it's two or 3 inches of your slab has come out in the ceiling, this is where you're going to use it. Again, you have to clean the rebar, make sure that you have enough volume of that rebar. It should be consulted with your structural engineer just to make sure that you're in a safe place and how to and the instructions to do these repairs, right? So you clean your rebar, you add this structural mortar, and you finish it. And again, here you can do repairs for prefabricated elements such as concrete beams, columns, further protect your steel and corrosion. Your life cycle cost of this is excellent because now you have a cost-effective mortar that will work and needs to recover its safety and useful life of this structure, right? You can also use it for ridge piles, piers, and in wherever there's also wet areas as well. And then we have our hydro plug cement. Here, this product is very interesting. It develops a 5,000 PSI in 24 hours. So wherever you have gushing water, let's say a tank, or like you see here in the photo, you can, let's say, mix the product. You have to wear some gloves, right? And you make some sort of like a Play-Doh, a ball on there. You mix it, and then you just stick it to where the hole is in the gushing water. You put some pressure on there, and then once the product starts setting, then you start shaving the product with a trowel, and then you finish it, and that's it. So wherever this active leaks, let's say in a crack, or let's say a hole in a tank like that, this is where you're going to use this product, right? Basement elevator shafts, tanks, duct piers, tunnels, storm drainage. So again, you can find us in our social network website at carmelo.com. And again, take a look at our upcoming webinars. I don't know if you have any questions out there with what we have spoken. Either write us or give us a call, and we're more than welcome to answer any of your questions. And again, follow us on the social networks and our upcoming webinars.